Ladies and gents, welcome. We've got some good old Yucatan. Question, though. Live viewers are going to have to help me right away. This red player placed 4 houses perfectly at the start. I love it. Should we do big or small trees? We are at 590 Elo here, low Elo Legends. There's plenty of resources to go around here on Yucatan. I feel like the true Yucatan experience, we go for the big trees. Okay. So, sorry, YouTube, that you have to see me toggle my mods on and off. But yes, this is the true Yucatan experience. Listen, I was just talking to the viewers before this about how this is a map I used to really love at the start of playing this game. There's just lots of resources to work with. It is relatively, like, peaceful and it's relatively closed, I would say, right? And as a beginning player, you would want a bit of safety, but you still have to work hard for things. There's still game elements on this map that you are going to encounter on other maps, such as hills, right? Like needing to expand for other resources. There's an abundance of jags out there that can destroy your day. I have a very vivid memory of losing a villager to a jaguar warrior once, so yeah. Now, so just to break down how this map kind of works, right? So obviously lots of trees, lots of wood. You get 3 boars on this map, and then you get double berries, and then you get, I don't know, quadruple turkeys. There's food everywhere. And then you get a big group of deer. So it is really life on easy mode as you're learning to play this game. We've got Galactic Band 75 playing as the Portuguese here. Oh my goodness, place a mill right between it. You could tell Red's looking for the mill right now and the little options. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't love the position of the mill. I was thinking it would go here. You know, squeeze nice and tight between the berries. That was weird. But this is still fine, too. And this is actually super nice because Red is Portuguese. And Portuguese get a little bit of wood when they take berries as well. So that's helpful. All right. And then over here on this side, we've got the Bulgarians for... Whoa, look at the turkey setup. We got the Bulgarians for MDVU. And the berries are separated from each other. So no such luck over here for blue. It could just be my paranoia here, but I'm fairly certain. I think the game is a little stuttery. That is not anything I can control. That would be one of the player's computers, which is, let's be honest, one of the most low Elo Legend things ever. You know, there's too many turkeys on this map. It's lagging my computer. Maybe once the turkey population goes down, things will be more smooth. I will say, in my experience, it might only get worse. But yeah, we got the little turkey landing pad. Nice setup. How does that happen? Does anyone know? Does that automatically happen? Or do you do you place them like that? That's so many turkeys facing the TC. I feel like there's some type of action Blue did where the game just set them that way. But yeah, anyways, we're focusing a lot on turkeys here. My apologies, guys. But they've both been focusing on producing villagers. And they've both done a really solid job at that so far. A little bit of idle time, but nothing too crazy as far as I can see here. So, I will say Blue's got this massive hill in the front of the base. That could be a problem later on. But if you lock that down, if you build a castle or, in this case, a crep post on that hill, it'd be a really important area. It's 590 Elo. I'm going to assume that they're going to take boars. They may only take the boars once they have taken all the turkeys. Mama always said, don't eat your boars before you finish your turkeys. Don't eat your dessert before you finish your dinner, you know? I don't know if I would want boar for dessert. I don't know if I'd want turkeys for dinner, but you know, you don't really get to choose. Mom gets to decide on dinner. Also wondering if we're going to see any aggression here. Yeah, there is definitely some subtle stutter here. We're just gonna stick with the game anyways. And here we go. Let's see the execution here for Blue. Yeah, get that boar right up where those turkeys were. That's very well done. Everything has been neatly positioned underneath the TC for Blue. That is very rare. Usually things are a bit sloppier at this rank here, so... Yo, Salinor gifted 20 subs. Salinor, thank you. Sorry I missed it. Holy crap, thank you. Christmas turkey or Christmas ham? What do we do for Christmas? We are a ham Christmas. Yeah. No turkey for Christmas in my family. I haven't actually... I got a little confused because I thought about Thanksgiving, which would be very much turkey where I'm from. We got barracks coming up here for blue. And blue recognizing the importance of the hill. This is smart, guys. Like, this is something that as you play the game, you figure out over time, building your buildings on those hills to kind of block it off and take control of it. Boar number 2 comes in here from blue. I noticed blue doesn't garrison at all, but blue is patient to just run around with the Vil. It also seems like blue timed loom pretty appropriately. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, well, that's on me, blue, because I thought everything was fine. I complimented you and said you were patient, and then, well, now these villagers, they all kind of had a crush on her, and now they're all really upset. They're all really upset, and they're going to go over, they're going to kill this boar out here. Okay, so I thought it was fine. Now it's not so fine. And, you know, that boar meat's going to come in one way or another. Oh, we have an engagement over here. Loomed villager defending itself against a scout. I assume blue has done that intentionally. And villager is harmed, but fine. And scout runs away there for blue. Whoa, guys. Blue lost the only female in the group. The only female villager in the entire economy died. They just lost mom. How are they going to repopulate if it's all dudes here? What the... I mean, sometimes the game will do that because you can't really control... Okay, we got another one. I don't think that this player is intentionally doing that. I just imagine that is very much just the game being the weird. I mean, here it seems like we've got a pretty even population. So, anyways, so I wonder if Red's panicking a little bit there. Didn't find the enemy this game. These players probably don't like to be attacked. And Red's going to just place some farms. And Red's scout moving around, maybe looking for that blue scout. Blue scout's still alive, though. The blue scout now down here. Okay, so blue is in feudal, so is now going to stone wall. So I guess these, you know, adding the palisade gate was just the result of the fact that blue is in the Dark Age. Guys, what do you think? How bad is the little stutter for you? It's noticeable for me, but is it like fully ruining your enjoyment of this game? If it is, I might make a decision. I think it's like, it seems to be somewhat sporadic almost. I don't know. I kind of like this game so far, you know? We're so spoiled these days with our lagless games. Yeah, I think we just stick with it, see how it goes. We got supplies coming in here for blue. Supplies and then 3 men-at-arms. So kind of a fun or not so fun fact here for blue. So supplies makes your units cheaper, right? But if you click supplies and then the 3 men-at-arms, you are paying the pre-supplies price. So make sure you utilize the supplies promo code properly. Complete supplies, then queue up the man-at-arms. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but, you know, at man-at-arm 4 and beyond, then you'll be paying the discounted price. But hey, a little bit cheaper there. And also, you get the man-at-arms upgrade for free if you're blue. So blue must understand this civilization quite well. Red Scout made it in here. So made it through. Saw some of the eco, and then just was clicked away immediately. Just kind of interesting. What's the army composition going to be here for Red? It feels like Red's just definitely going for the eco approach, right? No military buildings. Planning for castle age. Maybe on stone thinking about a castle later. So. But I mean, blue knows where that wood line is. And also has some covert turkeys over here. And, yeah, I feel like, you know, a couple men-at-arms into the wood line could be a real problem. I wonder if one of these players are playing on their work computer. Does anyone do that? I played against someone the other night who was on vacation. It's so funny to me. Actually, it was 2 people. Someone said they were on a different PC. But one guy said, I'm on vacation right now. That was after I beat him, of course. He had to make me not feel good about it. I'm not on my main PC. But, like, I was thinking, like, that's a true gamer right there. You know, go on vacation, still load up Age of Empires on someone else's PC. I don't know the exact situation there. All right, so blue, I think, wants to do a loop-de-loop because this is where blue entered before. And so I believe this is walled up, though. It's hard to tell with the bigger trees. Yeah, you can tell blue clicked there, and then the pathing is taking the army this way. And blue doesn't understand. That was like 3 times that blue kept being like, no, you go here. And now blue clicked there again. If the units are pathing this way, that means there's something blocking the original path. Okay, at least blue doesn't go back again. And okay, there they go. So, there they go. I assume blue's going to pay attention to this. Waltzing into the eco. Red hasn't reacted yet. Will we hear a town bell? We have our first feudal age attack here. Men-at-arms are here. There was no military building for red. This is panic time. And red doesn't know what to do. Oh, boy. Okay, this could be a real problem. Blue knows the town center is scary. Red has not rang the bell. The lag worsens here. And blue is just attacking the farm. Okay. Well, red doesn't know what counters what, I'm sure, but red's just like, I need something here. So adds a couple spears. Also goes to the stable, says, well, what can I do in there? Let's get that saddle thing. AKA bloodlines. Does red not know how to garrison here? It's kind of interesting, right? I'm always critical of when people ring the town bell, but if you don't know how to garrison, I think ringing that bell would be helpful. The tower does help a little bit. The scout helps. And the scout has bloodlines now. Blue also hasn't been looking at anything. Oh, and there we have the town bell. Okay, so red found the bell. The bell has been rung. Oh, God. I hate it. Oh, no. Now the bell is unrung. And, oh, God, the inefficiency just really drives me crazy with town bell. But I understand it. Better to be inefficient than to be dead, right? All right. Well, red needs a deep breath moment. You know, really just settle the mind down there after that one. And think about what the plan is. Let's go back over to blue's side. That whole time, blue was not looking back at home. They both had lots of idle TC. They both just kind of froze, forgot about producing vills. Blue did wall up here. I believe this is fully walled. And then it's also fully walled here. Okay, so blue is safe. I wonder if blue is planning for castle age right now. Blue is missing a building. Blacksmith is one of the buildings. Market or archer range or stable. Yeah. That could work, and blue's just going to scramble that down to go up to castle age. Red. I mean, it's really close. Red's at 31 vills. Blue right now is at 29. And red could click up to castle age here soon. If red just kind of used the market, I think that would be helpful here. Buying a bit of food, selling off some wood. But again, that's advanced strategy, guys. People like to be all judgmental of people who use the market. It's advanced, all right? Not everyone knows how to handle the market these days, right? It's quite a crazy environment, right? Not everybody gets the stonks. What's the opposite of stonks, actually? What's if the market goes down? Taxes. I'm not so sure that's it. I'm not so sure. Stinks? Stinks or stonks? Okay, not everybody gets the stonks. Sometimes it's the stinks. On a saying that someone got the stinks sounds a little... Sounds like they're having stomach problems. Anyways, you know, right now, red making more spears. It's nice now that red kind of has a warning that the enemy could be aggressive here. And you look at these spearmen, they've got pretty pointy sticks. You figure they should do some damage, whether or not you know what they're good at. Well, something that blue did that is really going to help blue in this game is the walls, right? Like, red, clearly a player who doesn't really want to attack much, but is exposed and could take damage. Blue, whether or not they choose to be aggressive doesn't really matter. They shouldn't take too much damage at home because of how they've played this. So, I like the approach. Also, blue clearly knows the civilization. Continues to produce from the barracks, and now the longsword upgrade's free. So that's really nice. Red will be in Castle Age in 30 seconds. If red can build a castle right away or get a couple knights out, red will be fine. Otherwise, once blue gets prepared for this, this could be pretty problematic, I would say. And Corzum, welcome back. What's up, AB4? Tripping forward, hello. Surfshine, Snippy. Hello, Snippy. So speaking of Thanksgiving, will there be a pumpkin carving stream this year? Listen, I did an Age of Empires 2 pumpkin carving stream. Was it 5 years ago now? Maybe 6. I think it was 6. And there was far too much slander, okay? It was a lot of work. I did multiple pumpkins. That room was disgusting, man. There was so much pumpkin gunk around that room. What's kind of funny is I think I moved out. Well, no. I didn't move out right away after. I just remember having to deal with the cleaning of it. And, you know, people made jokes. People said that my sheep was a horse. Dave did a stream where he literally just watched me carving pumpkins and laughed at it. It was not a good time. I mean, it was. You look back, I'm like, wow, I did an Age of Empires 2 pumpkin carving stream. What an ambitious streamer I was. Oh, you guys think I'm here for you guys to laugh at me? You think that my content is based around being relatable? No way, dude. I want constant praise, and I want people to say, I want people to boost my ego up. That's why I'm here, all right? I'm not here to be relatable. Blue is just determined to go this way. Like, I don't know. Blue continues to try and sneak in the side, which is kind of funny. Red is on 3 TCs. And red's also going to drop a castle. So you got a tower here. If this castle actually goes up, plus 3 town centers, red's going to be pretty defended. Blue actually made a castle as well, though. And blue is making a lot of army right now. We've got knights. We've got longswords. Now, red notices the longswords are here. And so is pulling the army over. Can you imagine if blue were to attack here at the same time? Red would be devastated. Red is going to build that castle there. Forget the pumpkin stream. When's the straggler tree video? You know, it's out. It's just private. Okay. I don't know if the straggler tree video will actually happen at this point. Because I look back at how oh, no loom here, I think, for... Oh, no, there is loom. Okay, there is loom for red. Nice defense there from red, though. Anyways, I look back at how critical I was of straggler trees at the start of LEL, and I think I was off, actually. I think I was wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think comfort is a really underrated, really important thing. And there's a lot of things that noobs do for comfort, which allows them to play better than if they didn't do it. So, yes, it might not be optimal compared to, like, any type of pro move. But, yeah, I actually think if taking the stragglers so you could focus on a couple other things, think about your positioning of your lumber camp is what you want to do, it's not too bad, in my opinion. All right, so red defended from that. Red is 11 villagers. But, guys, who do you think is going to win? Because, red is not a very aggressive fellow. Red is a very chillaxed individual. And this is war. I also don't know if red really understands like what the game plan is military-wise with this civ. I would say just go for tons of organ guns. Organ guns are really, really strong. But like, does red know that? Red's going to be like an organ? What? Like the organ my great-grandmother played at a church organ? No. I don't want organs in battle. Meanwhile, blue is really on top of the military production. Blue does now know there's a castle here. And did lose the battle here. So, I don't know. I just, knowing blue, I think that blue is going to go back to these houses. Blue is not going to want to attack the front. Blue wants the side attack. And again, sorry for the lag here. One of these guys or both of these guys have a potato PC. But yeah, we finally, just now, have the second TC here from blue. So red might have more TC idle time, but red has just been producing... Like, red has more TCs. And red has done a better job with eco upgrades. It's funny how it evens out, right? Lord Bangels, welcome back. Okay, so more barracks here from Red. And Red is now getting Carrick, which adds armor to ships. Do we think that Red read that? Do you think that Red looked to see what that did? Or do you think Red said, ooh, a crown. I want to be a king. Crown looks cool. Let's click that. Again, I know why I played Yucatan. I played Yucatan for the chill games and lots of resources. Also, I think there's just something about, you know, the trees too, you know, like the being in this location is super fun. Yeah, and I also know when I started playing, I would just kind of click everything. And yeah, some people might read it, but you just kind of assume that everything's going to help you a little bit. Oh my god, the lag. Someone's got to fight fast. It's super interesting, though. It's like the lag ramps up and then disappears. Is someone rendering something? Are they, like, running a program? I've seen lag before. Usually it just gets worse the more units are on the screen. But it, like... I don't know. It stutters and then it's good. Man, blue has got a crazy force here. Maybe, wouldn't it be ironic if, like, their neighbor was stealing their Wi-Fi to watch my stream? They're lagging because their Wi-Fi is being stolen so someone can be here to watch the game. They don't know that there's another Age of Empires fan in their apartment building. Oh, God. Blue, did you just really... No. Don't kill the boar. Okay. So blue puts the infantry on front. Blue wants a castle there. Does know that red is a castle there. So I don't know what blue knows about castles, but they're kind of strong. Okay, blue advancing forward. This is very technical stuff. Okay, there is a barracks there, so that castle will not be built. The organ guns are there. Organ guns are amazing against infantry. There's not a ton of them, but it feels like there's enough to do a lot of damage. And I think blue might look at this and think, oh no, my opponent is actually prepared for me. And blue needs to bail. Blue just 38 villagers here. So it's not like, you know, this is really even close anymore with red at 73. And the organ guns did a great job there. And now I think blue is kind of stuck. Because you see your opponent's an imp as well. And you're probably like, oof. What are we going to do against that? Well, we're going to drop a castle anyways. Okay. I don't know. At this rank, it might not even fully recognize, like, that the opponent's an imp, right? Because that was right in the middle of the battle. Red could see this. And red is simply just going to make another castle. And blue may be experienced in the ways of doubt and knows that the villagers need to be walled in against any, like, knights or something. Red sees the castles going up. One of the villagers goes down. Let's see how red manages this. Big force of organs, knights, pikes, and there's also a monk in there too. We have the next crown. This crown actually helps. So yeah, maybe red got the crowns confused. Arquebus will help the gunpowder, which is already working so well. And oh no! Medieval! Midoubt! It's actually kind of hard to click the vills behind there, though. Especially for someone who's kind of new to the game. Okay, looks like red's clicked them. No, now red clicked the foundation. This is what I mean. It's really hard to click the vills when the castle's this tall. Don't tell me this is actually going to go up. Okay, castle goes up. And red is now very unhappy with life. Clicks everything back. I thought that maybe blue would immediately drop a university and go for murder holes. Wouldn't be the worst plan ever. But no, I mean, red's going to have trebs. And red can just treb this down. That castle goes down just as fast as it went up, so... Props to red, guys. 75 vills, was attacked multiple times by longswords and knights. And this whole build of just focus on the economy, get the town centers up, but also have enough army and defense has worked really well. It's also a nice army, too. Like, pike, knight, organ gun is a nice little mix. I mean, there's some desperation repairing going on here for blue. I mean, I respect it if it want to buy you time. But time for what? It really doesn't feel like blue is able to use these moments to really focus on the economy at home. I would say, like, if blue could just drop, like, 2 more TCs and just spam vills, and you just kind of hope that your eco gets in a good spot by the time the enemy gets over here. That's what you want. But I think blue is not an economy player. And if the military doesn't work, okay, middle TC, okay. If the military doesn't work, then maybe the game isn't one for blue. I think he's going to have time because red is still very chill. Like, it wouldn't even surprise me if red takes out every single piece of blue stone wall. Like, I feel like some people here won't relate to that. But there are certain types of players that don't like anything from the enemy to be on screen. And I called it! Yeah! That's so funny. It's gonna take so long. Okay, quick. Guys, strategy. Blue, grab vills and start building random pieces of wall in the middle of the map, and you're gonna have so much time. Lemishkata, thank you for the 14. Cape Man, I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. V, thank you. Lego, welcome back. I will not stop with the content. We got blue on the way to Imp. Let's go, baby. And, yeah, I mean, eventually these walls are going to go down. I mean, let's talk about what you would need. Like, against the organ guns, I think organ guns are... Whatever the devs have done to quote-unquote fix or balance this unit, I think is wrong, by the way. I think it's a balance problem. I don't know what they're thinking. But anyways, let's just pretend it's only organ guns here and that I don't want to share my opinions on the organ guns. I think you need siege, right? Like, that's kind of how the unit's designed right now. Some onagers would be really good to flatten the organ guns because they don't do a lot of damage against siege. That is tricky because... we've got Cavalier in the mix that could snipe the onagers. Also, to anyone who's giving my mods a hard time right now, or to anyone who feels hard done by because of a timeout or whatever, just chill. We got a Yucatan game where someone's just trebbing down stone walls. It's not that serious, all right? Just move on. It's all good. All right? It's all good. Well, it's not good for blue, but it's good for everyone else. We're chilling. Blue just kind of forgot to produce more vills, you know? T90 onagers are scary to use. What if I hit my own units? That's actually fair. I actually remember a Elo Legend game where someone killed 150 of their own units because what he would do is he would grab onagers and pikemen in the same group, right? So let's say like 30 pikes, 3 onagers, and he would just click the wall piece. Does anyone else remember that? It was on Gold Rush. So grabs the infantry and the onagers, right clicks the gate, let's say, and then the pikes are attacking the gate and the onagers flatten them. What was interesting though is like you think after killing a couple of your own units, you would be like, oh, I'm killing my own units. Let's stop. This guy didn't give a crap. He just kept suiciding everything. And I think he won the game, too. It was crazy. I think it might have been over 150 units. It really was nonstop. Wow, red is a real turtle. And red, what do turtles do? They protect the relics. Red sends a couple cavalier over here to protect the relic. There's probably a monk on the way. There he is. Red's got a nice army comp, though. Good upgrades. I mean, the blacksmith's a little bit behind, but still, I mean, to see the Cavalier upgrade in already, the Halb upgrade in already is awesome. So, Chicho, for Elo Legends, I just cast a random game. Yeah. So, basically, I look through live games that are happening. I look at matchups, whether it be names or maps, and I pick one. I didn't know that I was your uncle. That was a little weird to find that out right now. But yeah, you're welcome. Glad you enjoy the content. I guess you can call me uncle. It's way better than you know, some other things have been called. So we got a Leconic on the way now for blue rather. Okay. Well, I mean, Elite Conic is really strong, and it's full blacksmith upgrades. I mean, maybe? It should just remind that some people don't know when they're ahead in-game. It's very likely that someone in Red's position would freak out after losing this big ball of army and, let's say, the forward castle and just resign. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I think Oregon Halb is amazing. So I'm going to tell you while we have the time to talk about Oregon. So basically, before they used to do a lot more damage with their individual shots, and were very accurate. So what the devs did was they were like, okay, so we're going to lessen the amount of damage it does, and we're going to affect the accuracy of the shots. So it was like a double nerf. Here's the problem: the lack of accuracy makes the Oregon gun stronger. You're going to see when these things eventually fire, it's not like a direct shot and overkilling just like one unit on the front. Because they're inaccurate, it'll actually destroy the whole group. Now, maybe that was an intentional thing, but Oregon guns are insane because of that. They're also really hard to micro against, right? Because you could have, let's say this tree was an Oregon gun. Okay? And it would be firing on this boar. Well, the boar wasn't supposed to move. Yeah, let's say it's firing on this boar, right? And then you micro... This is going to sound stupid, but hear me out. You click the boar this way. You click it to the north to micro against it. He might have shot straight, and you micro to the side. It still kills you anyways, just because of the inaccuracy. I think siege unique units, the Oregon gun and the Hussite wagon, kind of problematic balance-wise. Also, is this blue scout back here? Okay, I actually want to make a bet. How's this? Could we have a vote here on stream on if this scout lives to the end of the game? Can we just have a poll? And then I want to see what viewers think. I can't tell. There might actually be a hole here, but I'm pretty certain that if it moves, it will get shot. Do you think new organs are better than old organs? I do, at least when it comes to big groups, yeah. And like small numbers, no. But yeah, I think the new organ guns are way, way better than the other ones were, which is pretty crazy to say. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Organ guns against Elite Conics. Fully upgraded Elite Conics, by the way. Red is going to fire. And red is going to melt these units. Now, the Conics, the riders will get up to attack another day. But yeah, all the Conics weren't together. Now, I mean, if the Conics getting close, they should do a lot of damage here. I also think, like, the riders kind of help a little bit. It's a nice little distraction in the fights for the main group. But there is a problem for blue that we have to continue to revisit. And that is the fact that blue doesn't have near as many resources. I guess they weren't fully upgraded Conics because the unique tech wasn't in. So they weren't attacking faster. But right now, blue has got to be thinking, like, what on earth can I do against that? Man. Red's played this great, man. Red's played this great. Like, someone in my chat says, oh, Red is such a noob. We're going to download his games next to see how good he is. But, like, you know, you got the relics. You got the castles for production. You've got the Feitoria in the back. This is how you want to play the Portuguese. There's actually limited gold on this map, which is something that you don't really think when you initially see it because of how many resources you start with. There's like a weird lack of gold on this map. The only gold remaining would be what's left in blue space, and then this gold here, which, I mean, blue is taking. And blue's now getting big gains as well, so big gains, not bad. That actually might not be very helpful here. I think that adds extra melee armor to your infantry. So that would help against, like, the Cavalier and the Halbs. Again, like, Red does seem to have an aggression problem, right? Red is a pacifist. And this is war. So, like, I don't know. Like, and then blue has an economy problem. So they really balance out kind of nicely here. I'm still going to go with the player who has the Feitoria and the relics and has collected 20,000 more resources over a player who is in Blue's position, but props to Blue to just keep trying here at least. It's not bad. Someone says, of course he's a noob. That's the whole thing with low elo. Yeah, guys, we're to show up to a low elo streamer video and be like, wow, this person's a noob. Yeah, that's the whole point. Why are we here? So Feitoria number 2 now coming up. Remember, this takes away 20 pop space from you, but it gives you a trickle of all resources. I think with the amount of army and eco that's out there, I think that 2 Feitorias is probably enough. I also think that Red is going to want more because this is low Elo Legends after all. I'd be surprised if Red is happy with this. Blue, this is kind of like this is the fighting base. This is the main base. Blue is going to build up more. Red slowly advancing forward. And villagers are going to get slaughtered here. And as will the conics. Wow, I really like Red's unit control. Like, I know his army's just way better anyways, but the fact that he actually pulled the organs back and put the halbs in front is pretty sick. And Blue trying to get a little surrounds going here. And Trebs come in from Red. I also like how Red goes to 4 Trebs instead of just 1 or 2. We talk about that a lot, right? And yeah, Krepos is going to go down. And Blue is probably like, I just tried everything. Like, what more can I do? I've gone for elite conics. I've gone for two-handed swordsman. I've got for halbs. This is where, like, I always wonder when I see certain, like, Reddit posts of, you know, someone complaining about a civ. This is where, though, I should point out, like, sure, Portuguese are strong, organ guns are great. But this, more than anything, really just comes down to the actual gameplay. If you collect 25,000 more resources with any civ, you should make it look easy. As long as you're spending those resources decently enough, so... Blue might be taking a moment to make a Reddit post on how OP the organ guns are. And then I'm sure there might be a few people who respond and say, oh, I agree, they are OP. But within the context of this is just Red being a better player, I think. What could Blue do to turn this around? Spam a ton of vills at home. Just vills, and get the relics. Like, that's kind of the key here. But I think, you know, we're getting to the point where pretty soon Red might actually be at Blue's main base. And that's a problem. Because Red has never been there. So, I don't know if Blue has the time. Is Blue going to go for a sneaky Krepos rush here? Or where are these vills going? Seems like they're headed somewhere. It's kind of interesting. There is a stone over here, but he hasn't scouted it. They are miners, but I think Blue just clicked them from stone or gold. Blue was addicted to this area before. Actually be pretty epic. Like, crep posting Red's base. Maybe it surprises him. I don't know. Look at... Blue's like, panic wall! Panic wall! Nice try. Okay, where are these vills going? Oh, no. Oh, no. We found someone who really enjoys staying alive. Don't make a transport. Don't make a transport. What is this? Oh, no, no, guys. What are we doing? It's okay. You can lose. It's okay to lose. Your mother still loves you. I mean, I hope. Okay, so we got a new colony in the north. We got the start of a new colony in the south. This guy's been left alone. He just got woo-woo-wooed. I don't know if these vills can build anything. Oh my god, Blue. That's a lot of houses. An onager now being researched. Okay, so, you know, I was worried that, like, Blue was just going to kind of grief here and not resign. But Red doesn't really push, and Blue's still trying some other things. That's a lot of houses. Oh, shoot. Why do I have... A little embarrassing. I have a bowl on my floor, and I just rolled over it with my chair. True gamer over here. Anyways, is Red gonna see the houses? Red's not gonna see that? That's hilarious. Honestly, it might be really good for blue for red to see this, because red will then focus on trebbing down the houses instead of pushing blue's main base. Man. All right. Scout's still alive, by the way. I think that scout will never die. Red can't see that either. And okay, this is a nice little corner here. This is like thumbnail worthy. This could be the area that actually brings blue back into the game. Start to snag the relics. He could see 3. Uh-oh. 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 Just passing? Oh no, red has moved forward. What is this? Red's actually attacking. Devastating for blue. Blue's trying to send the scouts in after the trebs right now. But yeah, again, like maybe you drop a TC here, spam some vills, you grab this relic. Grab this relic. Maybe it does something for you. I don't know. I think blue saw the Cavalier and thinks that the trebs aren't protected, but the organs and the halbs are still there. And it's just expensive losses to take out 2 trebs. But hey, at least you still have houses. At least you still have houses. And red can't see that. That's so funny. This is just another reminder, guys, to get Town Watch or even Town Patrol in later stages of games. Vision is everything. Oh, true. Blue doesn't have enough gold to make a monk. That's kind of sad. And yeah, red is advancing forward. Must be very, very satisfying to be red right now. I'll give blue a lot of credit. Blue is actually trying with, you know, some creative methods. I think this creativity was needed earlier. Like the extra TCs, the monasteries to get the relics, the onager upgrade. All that stuff could have happened much earlier. I think sometimes, and tell me if you agree or disagree with this statement, sometimes people only do the creative stuff to try and come back after they already know they've lost. And I don't know why that is. I want to pause real quick. Remember when we talked about the inaccuracy of the organs? You see the spread on this fire? They won't miss a group because of this. This is what I talked about. So, like, this is why I think organs are stronger than they were before. Because they will simply just always hit, like, most units in the group because of how inaccurate their shots are. Oh my god. Houses into forward castle drop. New meta here. Will red notice this? This is the type of thing that blue was trying to do with the attacks earlier. Oh no, red noticed it. Oh no, red noticed it. Red nose, 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 red nose. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Castle! Castle, red nose! Red nose! 97%. Castle denied. No! I like it, blue. I really do. I think that what you did there was smart. Unfortunately, red has the awareness of a god. That was really quick. And here we're talking about how red doesn't really push much. Red is clearly scanning the minimap, scanning his own base constantly. Oh, God. Now blue's going to lose all these houses. Now he's going to lose 20 houses. There is an economy down here. I don't think blue is giving up. I think blue is just waiting for enough gold to get that relic and then start brand new. But that's going to be relic number 3 coming in from red. And blue is soon going to lose the main base. Oh, God. Blue's brought more vills. No way. No way. Go, 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 go. Please, 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 please. No. Oh. I can't tell if he deleted that or if it got destroyed. That was nice, though. Guys, that's good stuff. We like that here, okay? That is some good stuff right there. You'd be surprised what you can get away with. This is interesting. Okay, so we have a defensive siege workshop now from blue, who's going to need to defend. Whoa! Woo, 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 woo. What is that? Oh my god, he's getting faster! Oh my god! What was that organ gun doing? Sheesh, man. Red's got some crazy micro. Clip that, please. That was hilarious. We've seen the moonwalk. Now we got the spins. Oh no, these villagers are going to take resources somewhere. Maybe it was all part of the plan to lure the organ guns into the castle fire. Hey, there we go. There we go. Here we go. Comeback is on. Very satisfying as well how the church door is facing this direction. Everything about this looks very nice. Blue is losing all these houses and will actually be housed soon. I don't know. Red might be okay when it comes to resources in this game. 3 Fatorias, 3 relics. I'm trying to math right now, which is very dangerous. I think over 50,000 resources in the bank. That's pretty sick. Blue has done a pretty good job spending the resources that they collect. Just simply hasn't collected as many resources. Halb's over here from blue to try and clear up the cav. Pretty smart thinking. Red moves away with the cav. Good awareness. And blue scout is still alive, yes. Red has no ranged upgrades or ballistics on the castle, so I think if blue were to try and run away, that the scout might actually survive. Oh man, big shots. Here we go. Here we go. Onager's the counter to organs. That's a great counter right there. Did he even kill an organ? I don't think he killed a single organ. I said like organ. Like Oregon Trail. Blue's going to be on the Oregon Trail soon. Blue's got to get out of here. Anyone else remember playing Oregon Trail at school? Did you guys have that luxury? That was on my school computer in my typing class. When you finished typing, you could play that at school. I'm not sure if that was everywhere. On a giant floppy disk. I do not recall putting a floppy disk in for Oregon Trail. I do remember floppy disks, of course, yes. Okay, so there's this other game that I think when I was on streaming on Facebook I talked about, and someone was able to point out what it was to me. I forget the name. There's another game that we would play at school. It was like elementary school, and it was an ocean game. And you started Siege Onager! That's not the name of the game. Blue is going for Siege Onager right now. Oh my god, okay. So you start with like a little lowly peasant fish, and then you gotta like eat some smaller fish, some minnows, and you gotta get bigger, and you like unlock more fish over time until you're eventually a shark. That's basically the premise of the game. And I remember it being very satisfying. Okay, town bell's been wrong. Honestly, these villagers got kind of scammed. They were safe until the bell was wrong. This is why I don't listen to my government. if the town centers can be considered government, I don't know. All right, Siege Onager's on the way. We'll see if the tech completes. We got a minute. Blue is still not going to give up. Blue still has this and is building a castle down here. Someone said feeding frenzy. We'll have to look it up. See, because I brought this up, and again, other people have said different games that were similar to it, and it wasn't it. But one guy, I just remember we talked about it on Facebook at one point. One person there pointed it out. Siege Onager, 93%. It's going to complete. I mean, from Red's perspective, Blue is out of this game and has nothing at this point, right? There is the scout, which Red still cannot see, funnily enough. But Blue doesn't really have a win condition. I would love it if Blue just goes like 20 Siege Onagers, if Blue can even afford that, and goes crazy here. Like, I think people need to understand that we like have we have all the knowledge on what these players can and cannot really achieve right now in terms of resources. There have been pretty crazy comebacks. It's doable at 500 elo to have like a sneak base, a couple SO, a couple trebs, and panic someone into a loss. That's maybe a slight exaggeration from this exact situation. This feels impossible, but that type of stuff has happened. Could you win as blue right now, T90? Oof. Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. Red is going to take too long to find this. I could do it. I could drop TCs. I got some gold to work with. I got a second relic. I think I could do it. I'm not saying it'd be easy, but I think it's going to take red some time. Because, like, red saw activity from blue in the north. Red has never checked the south. Red will never go down here. So. And red is, you know. Red is probably really enjoying this position. Because to get down to 500 elo, you do have to lose a lot. Let's be honest. And so having a game where you're comfortably ahead and banking up tons of resources is nice. How many people after they would play a long game like this in red's position and win, sit there and look at the stats for like quite a long time at the end of the game and just like, oh yeah, look at all the gold I got. And then you're like, man, let's go watch the recorded game too. Let's submit it. Let's go to T90's business email where it says business only. Send this rec over to him because this is serious business. I know you guys. All right, nice job. Farming away here, blue. Blue's going to have Conics and Siege Onagers. Is there a chance? Is there a chance? Or, like, red still has no clue there's anything over there. I mean, actually, hold on a second. What would the price of spies be right now? Can someone do the math for me? I think it's 200 gold per vil. There's only 29 vils. What is that, like 6k gold? Red looking in the corner. Quick house? Quick house? Quick house? I think it's an overchop. You need another quick house. Quick house? Oh. Oh, no. Nice try, blue. It's all right. Nice try. We respect this. We respect the attempts. We salute you. I mean, the villagers were always going to die anyways. Okay, so now 25 villagers. So yeah, the gold count's getting to a point where we might actually see spies be realistic. And then everything that blue has will be visible to red. Wonder if there's going to be another colony in the north. Why does it feel like blue is fighting so much harder now that he's completely dead? Maybe because it'd be such an epic comeback. I love the low elo logic, though. It's like, I need a house so I can produce stuff. We're not going to put it here because it looks bad. We're going to put it over here. You know what would be next level strats right now? Is if blue sneaks over here and walls this off. So red is walled in his base. Like this army, just check the very corner of the map. Can you imagine like a sneaky wall off? Just to keep red in here? I also think it's really hard to know like how you actually defeat someone. So I've seen instances where people don't know that like walls don't count. So people will actually destroy every single little piece of wall. They'll spend time doing that, not realizing the opponent actually has a base. And what it is for anyone who's like, you know, uber noob, any unit or any building that can produce units keeps you in a game. So like a market would actually keep you in a game because you can produce trade carts. It's kind of stupid because you can't win the game with trade carts, but still, like a dock keeps you in the game because you can produce ships. But like a gate or like a house does not keep you in the game. Just, you know, one of many examples there. So I think red is going to come over here and maybe destroy these houses. What's in the water here, by the way? There's supposed to be like lilies. That doesn't look like lilies. I don't know. Some water plant. Okay, so the only place that red hasn't looked is down here. And blue is gonna have a real force, guys. Also, blue, I would just love you so much if you could just snag this relic, please. It's right there. Blue does know about the castle line, so you need Trebs. Red's army broke through the gate and now is in the darkness. I think blue is preparing for this. Here comes red. He's looking around. He's like, man, this guy, I think I killed him. Oh! Surprise, mother... sorry. Listen, blue's got a chance with one more splat on these organs, and then suddenly red starts to panic, you know? I love it from blue. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are going to say griefing. Look at him box around. He's boxing around the siege onagers and Splatterooski. Say goodbye, organs. And suddenly, red's been thinking that organ guns are OP, and they're not going to work anymore. Blue is actually doing it, guys. 25 vills and a dream. I don't know where you go from here, but that's a real confidence builder, if you ask me. Also, I love the way his army is grouped up right now. I was pretty sick that he went box formation around his siege onagers. You don't see that every day. So red, I think, a little bit scared, is going to gather up forces at home. But it's not pop-capped anymore. Scout for blue's still alive, by the way. I'm keeping an eye on that. And I guess blue is going home. These people haven't seen their families in a while, guys. So they're going home to see if their if their homes are still there and if their families are still alive. And as they arrive to the gates and the gates are gone, they're all very concerned that their friends and family have all been killed. And, you know, they're talking about it. They're like, you know, Frank is pretty good at quick walling with houses. I think he would be one to survive. We saw it. Frank died. Frank wasn't clutch enough in the most important moment. It's kind of funny that blue came home here. Like, why come home here? Except to see if your family's alive, you know? Unless blue's trying to loop all the way to the north to surprise attack. Did red just... Okay, I think red deleted these vills. I don't think they got the flu or something. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, blue's going to try and fight red head on. See, the problem is, while the siege onagers have... How many kills did they get? 47 kills? There's not as much of a meat shield anymore. And it does feel like red should be able to kill the cav and then have enough army in there to go kill off those siege onagers. I respect you, though, blue. The fact that blue's just like, we shall move forward. Counterattack. It's not the fastest attack we've ever seen. It is the computers lagging combined with the whole force here moving at the rate of the slowest unit. And he's just storming right in. He's just storming right in. Dude, if this was a regicide game, he could go for the king. What is happening? All right, seize the tower. Again, feels like a regicide game. Down goes the tower. Red's like, what? Red was going to go attack him. Red was not expecting this to be in his base. I respect blue a lot. I think blue's going to go places. Blue has an attacker's mentality. What blue doesn't have is a boomer's mentality, but that can be taught. Big siege onager shots there, but the SO will probably get focused down. The organ guns are going to come home as well. And blue going to kill a couple of his own units in the process here, and red's going to hold them. And now, this is where, most likely, this is the end of the road for blue. Do I think blue's going to accept that it's the end of the road? Not necessarily, because, you know, blue ended up in this position. It was a good fight. As long, like, if blue did everything that he'd done over the last hour, but also just spammed vills out of TCs, I'm telling you, blue can beat red. But it's the lack of vills that's such a problem. And then you're up against Vatorius, too. Scout is still here, by the way. Okay, so I know it's developing a little slowly. But I think now red will collect all the organs and the trebs and make a move towards blue. Blue needs to be prepared. Blue did snag relic number 2. So that's good. Okay, I have a prediction. I have a very specific prediction. So right now, what blue could do is build a TC in the north and boom up and build buildings there and attack from 2 angles. But I know low elo players, and this is actually what's going to happen. See, blue's not going to do it now when would be a good opportunity. What's going to happen is blue's going to lose all of this, and then blue's going to do it. So blue is, I guess, too focused on this, but this is like, this corner is being saved for later. This is like the leftover pizza. I don't know if leftover pizza is a good comparison, because I certainly wouldn't forget about leftover pizza, and I would definitely have leftover pizza now. But, you know, it's going to be utilized later. Oh, my goodness, red. Oh, my god. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Oh, Siege Onager was a good choice. How did I doubt it? I really didn't think that it was the right move for blue when blue was losing his base and researching Siege Onager, but they've certainly gotten value. And I'm sure it's fun to use as well, right? Which is part of the reason we all play this game. Can't forget about the fun, guys. And before someone out there is like, you know what's fun? Winning is fun, all right? Winning is the only way I can have fun. Winning is fun. T90. All right, here we go. So, yeah, blue, you're dead. But let's see how long it takes for blue to build in the north. Blue is not going to give up without building in the north. Guarantee it. I know this player. This player has put up way too much of a fight to just resign. Could have done that plenty of times this game. Siege Workshop goes down. See, that's a problem. No more Siege Onagers now. Panic Barracks coming up for more Halbs. These 4 Trebs have dealt 53,000 damage. Respect to red for not trickle trebbing this game. Did a really good job. You get the 4 Trebs, you use the Trebs, you protect the Trebs, and then when the Trebs are not needed any longer, you back away with them. Really nice control there. And now the organ guns don't need to be worried about Siege Onagers. We do have another Siege Workshop here from blue, so blue's going to probably make some here in a second. And the Trebs are here. And the Trebs, I guess, are going to go after blue's houses. Petroleum says it's crazy that red isn't chatting to ask him to resign at that point. I don't think it's crazy at 500 elo. I think red's living the dream right now. Red's going to remember this game for weeks. Red's going to be in the office tomorrow. And he's just going to think about this whole game from beginning to end. Like, man, he attacked me and I didn't know what to make, but I made some pikes. Oh, man, he splatted my units, but I just had such good control. I killed his base 3 times. And then, like, he's in the middle of a meeting, but he's completely zoned out. And his boss is like, Craig, do you agree? And he's like, yeah, totally agree. Galactic Band 75. That would be a Craig. That would definitely be a Craig. Okay, so this is bad, right? Bad, 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 bad. Blue is about to die here. Still hasn't done anything in the north. Blue is pop-capped badly, by the way. So blue actually can't produce anything more and probably doesn't realize that. Oh, just realized it. He's going to place a house. Oh, dude, do not... Red. We have seen what happens with Siege Onagers and Organ Guns. Do not, I repeat, do not cram your Organ Guns into the choke point. Okay, blue resigns. Never mind. I was wrong. Blue finally gave it up. I'm a little disappointed. He was going to just cram like 30 organs against the edge of the map, and I think the Siege Onagers could have been a problem. But yeah, GG. Scout did survive. Scout survived. If only blue would have paid attention to that. That scout would have killed the whole wood line. Coulda, woulda, shoulda there. But yeah, it was an interesting one because, like, it's very clear to me that red panics when they get attacked early, but if the attacks aren't convincing enough, the focus on economy is there. Snagging the relics, adding the Fetorias was really strong. And listen, if you have good enough economy, you can kind of get away with making mistakes, which is why economy can be so important. I think, though, blue didn't need to have 179,000 resources collected like red did. No way. But I think if blue just had more than 50 villagers at any point in this game, I think blue would have been fine. Blue was just super fixated on producing army all the time in like the mid stages of the game. I think if blue just produces vills more consistently, I think it could work out. Look at the difference here. Like, this game, stat-wise, was dominated by red so hard, I still think blue could have won. Blue could have found some areas for some good fights somehow. I don't know. Just, unfortunately, didn't produce enough vills. Like, total vills throughout that game was 74. And the highest vill count at one point was 54. It's just not enough. Red had way more than that. And then red also had Fetorias. And red also didn't lose as many, too, because of the defensive castles. So, GG. It was a bit of a weird one, right? We had the lag. We had blue being a real fighter there, but it was a good one to start off the day. Good old Elo Legends.